Emily Copeland is from Australia. She is a youth and entertainment media expert. Your background, you're working in commercial broadcasting and you helped launch the new, I was going to say radio network, but it wasn't just radio. What was this?
So I helped launch CADA for ARN. So CADA is a multi-platform media offering for young audiences in Australia.
When you were picking the staff, you were talking in your presentation about not just going for people from traditional broadcasters. In fact, you took very little. Where did you get your talent from?
Yeah, it was really important for me that the broadcasters on CADA didn't just want to hear their voices on commercial radio. I wanted people who could speak with authenticity on the music and culture that we were promoting, but also people who were either creating culture or contributing to culture themselves.
Did it work? Because I know in the past here at Radio Days they've talked about taking influencers and putting them on the radio and assuming that audience would go with them or that they would be able to present on air in a way that they would do on social media, but then they found in a lot of cases they didn't get the results that they wanted.
I think that it's probably really important to make a distinction between influencers and young people who are contributing to culture, because one of the things that all of our talent had in common was they were all excellent at crafting a story and connecting with community. And when you're trying to build a youth brand in particular, community is really important. And so we automatically had a line into different communities around Australia through the talent that through the communities these talent that we had built themselves.
That's really interesting. Someone from the BBC last year was saying that they have this crisis at the moment where people don't trust brands or institutions as much as they used to, whether that be big broadcasters, governments, the church, etc. But now it's individuals that they really trust and follow.
Absolutely. I think it was, there was a publication recently that said that individuals are the new gatekeepers of entertainment and information. And I absolutely believe that. Because
you were telling me before we started recording that the figures for how young people engage with music, from where they get it, talk to you about those figures. Radio is way down.
Yeah, so it was an IFPI study from December last year where they found that 82% of 16 to 24s are now engaging with music on short-form video platforms, so think TikTok. Only 48% are engaging with music through radio.
Wow. So for radio stations that are here today, what were you saying to them? What's the light at the end of the tunnel or the glimmer of hope?
Well, I think that all of these challenges have an opportunity in them. It's about thinking differently. I think it's about making sure the right people are in the room making those decisions about how to think differently and thinking about strategy when it comes to attracting younger audiences. There was a great analogy actually made at Radio Days Asia by Kenny Ong, and he said that back in the days of record labels when there was Napster and MP3 downloads, the solution for the record companies wasn't to build better CD stores. It was to completely innovate the industry. And I feel like that's kind of where we are now. It's not just about building a better radio station. It's about innovating and thinking about how audiences are consuming content, where they're consuming content, and how we can entertain them across multiple platforms.
And the key word before we go, you mentioned it in there, everyone's talking about it, is authenticity.
That's it. Authenticity came up a lot today in that youth room.
Because people see right through that now, don't they? They know when someone's not being authentic.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can see the BS.
Absolutely. And they're so used to now relating to creators on social platforms. There's no difference to relating to someone through the radio. And if you're not being authentic, it'll get called out pretty fast.
Emily, thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.